Okay, so because all the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees, right? We can call our unknown one here x. And I'm going to set up an equation, all right? So 76 plus 58 plus x equals 180. Okay, so far okay? Okay, so if I'm trying to find that missing angle, what do I do now? Close. Before I can do any dividing, I need to add the like terms and then subtract them over to the 180. Good. Okay, so calculators are going to be helpful if you got them. Okay. So 134 plus x equals 180. Then minus that over. So what's x? Oh. I heard 42 and 36. 46. I agree. Okay. Okay, so now let's try this one. 70 plus x plus 56, because all three of the angles add up to 180. So now I'm going to combine my like terms. So there's two x's. And then add up all my numbers. Anyone do that for me? What's 70 plus 56 plus 66? 100 and how much? Yeah, it should be 192. Maybe you typed in one of the numbers. That's okay. Yep. Now what? You have to do something. I got to subtract. What am I subtracting? Yeah, there we go. So 2x equals negative 12. X equals then negative 6. Okay. Now, first of all, be careful with what the instructions say. When I found A, I found X, and that was my answer because X was the angle that was missing, right? But on this one, X is not the angle that's missing. It wants me to find the measure of angle A. Burritos? I want a burrito. So what do I do? Anyone have any guesses what I'm going to do with the x plus 66, which is angle A? One more time. Solve the equation. How? What do I do? Lucas? Yeah, I'm going to take the x and plug it in for the x. So what's the missing angle? It's negative 6? 60, good. Now I got x was a negative number on B. Is that okay to have x be a negative number? Because angles can't be negative. So is it okay that x was negative on B? Sure, because that wasn't the angle. Would it have been okay to have x be a negative number on A? Not on that one, because the difference one is the x was the whole angle. Okay, so just be careful, and you can use that as a way to check your work. Any questions so far? Easy peasy? Okay, anybody remember what an isosceles triangle is? What makes it a triangle isosceles? Lucas? Two what? Yeah, two sides and two angles. Good, two sides and two angles are equal. What about equilateral? Good, all sides and all angles. Are equal. That's what these little marks mean. Means the same. Congruent. Okay, so now we're going to combine what we did on the first example with remembering what isosceles and equilateral triangles are. Okay? So first of all, A, it has 3 tick marks. So is it isosceles or equilateral? You can just shout it out. Equilateral, okay? Anybody think they know what X is then? What's X? Why is it? Why, Jack? Because they're all the same, right? Perfect. X is 60. Okay. Good? Okay, now let's look at B. That one's isosceles, right? Okay, the isosceles has 2 sides the same and 2 angles the same. But I got to figure out if this one that's not marked, is it X or is it 30? What do you think? It's X. So the way you tell is the 2 angles that are the same are on the exact opposite side of the triangle. Okay, so those 2 angles have to be the same, so they're both going to be X. Okay, any questions? Okay, so then I'm going to do 30 plus X equals 180. Good? Okay, combine my like terms. Divide by 2, and I got 75. Can always check your work by adding up all the angles again and seeing if you get 180, right? Questions? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes with your neighbors to try C, D, E, and F. I'm going to walk around and answer questions, and then I'm going to take some people to come up and write the answers on the board. And then we'll move on to the next part of triangles review.